Hey, please join us today. I'm going to talk to you about the 10K tomato, how you can grow and win, well, a combination of seed sales and prize money, and you can clear 10K, the first 10-pound tomato, and you don't have to be Superman to do it. We're growing ours this year in Morgan's Compost 301 Dairy Dew, along with my pumpkin. But join us today. We're also going to tell you about giant pumpkins. What is a secondary vine? What is a tertiary vine? Please join us. Here we are today. What do you got to say about the weather, Eli?
It's supposed to rain for a couple days.
What's it been doing for the last couple weeks?
Rain.
Rain,
Lots of it.
clouds, no sunshine.
Well, 2 days, last 2 days we had sunshine. And the day is cloudy.
But overall, what would you say we've had sunshine each week?
About 1 day.
1 day each week for the month of May so far?
Yeah.
And we're at the end. It's Memorial Weekend, folks.
Yeah.
So this is the problem. Welcome to Michigan. Pure Michigan. Cloud-mageddon.
All that rain, this place is flooded.
Flooded. All right, so the plants aren't doing real.
Dried out, you know.
Yeah.
See how wet it is over here?
So Eli hasn't been able to feed, and no sun.
See, it was still all wet. It was a lake.
Just trying to keep them warm. It just got warm 4 or 5 days ago. Before that, it was cold. So it was a battle of keeping them warm. And so when you look at the plants, they're hungry. They're just sitting still. So what we got here is
sinking into the mud.
we got some water soluble. Your ankles sinking in the mud, water soluble fertilizers.
Yeah, but sinking into the mud there, all that rain, I have to cover up plastic on that to keep the water out of the houses.
You know it's wet when you got mud growing in sand and you got mud.
Well, that's all that compost.
The compost.
Yeah.
The Veggie Dew 301 and the compost.
You know, the compost is here.
Yeah. All right. Well, here, what I'm going to do to show you what we're going to do. This is some old grow Mark's mixes that most of you would say, I want a refund. Give me my money back. It's gotten clumpy and turned a little pink. Well, we're going to use this. It's still good.
Just crush it up.
A little bit of grow what we got left.
All right.
And yeah, you just got to crush it up sometimes. We're going to mix this in here. I've already took the liberty of adding a couple tablespoons of Epsom salts. The plants desperately need sulfur right now. A lot of rain. Everything's leaching off the soil. I just dumped the micro blaster. Always make sure your cap is screwed on. Stress blaster. I just dumped some of that on the ground. That was a smooth move. X-Lax. All right. Molasses. Molasses is very good. The plants are small. They're not producing much sugars. The mycorrhiza in the soil needs molasses. So here you go. We got some molasses, which is made by Morgan's Composting in Sears, Michigan. This was packaged up by Brent Toth in Fenton, Michigan. If you want your Dairy Dew products, check out locally. Check out Brent Toth at the Torrey Road Plaza in Fenton, Michigan. You can search him online. He also has a Facebook page. Torrey Road in Fenton. But we mixed all this together, and then what we're going to do, it's just a mild feeding. We're going to give them a feeding today. Hey, Eli, do me a favor. Take that bucket and dump it in the orange bucket. That's my way of stirring it. I like to take one bucket, and there's a little bit of water in the other bucket. We're going to dump them back and forth. That's a good way to get a nice uniform mix. I'm not going to use a ppm meter on it and try to show you my skills with a ppm meter. I pretty know what I've done here. 2 tablespoons of Epsom salts, a tablespoon of Stress Blaster, a tablespoon of Giant Grow, heaping tablespoon, and I know I'm plenty safe to give this to the plants. So then what we'll do here is we'll just take and they'll suck it right up. And I'm going to come and give each plant a little bit of lovin's, because we haven't really been able to feed them between temperatures and cloudies and all this. And the ground ain't really dried out, but we're going to go ahead and feed them anyways. And go ahead, Eli. Let me see. I can do that. We'll just slip a foot in here right here. We're going to go just like this. I want to make sure we get the heart of the plant and make sure that soaks in, because the place that's going to dry out first is where the roots are. The roots are going to soak it up. Look at those roots. I'm actually exposing some white roots right there. And I'll rebury those little white roots. This is the root that's coming off the bottom of the vine, which feeds this leaf. This leaf is fed by this root. This is what we're talking about, burying this root. So when the plant is on the ground, this is what's being buried with dirt. You're trying to bury that node to get better rooting for this little white root. This is just the tip of the start of the root. All right, but we probably should take about a gallon around each one of these and make sure we got lots of fertility, because probably a lot of it's leached off with all the rain.
Oh yeah.
You know, the rain's just going to leach it off in this sand. You know, remember we tilled the, if you go back and we link this back, we tilled the Dairy Dew 301 into the soil here. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through and give each one of these like a gallon each. And we're going to make sure that we not only get the center of the plant, where the heart of the roots are, we're also going to make sure that we leave some out here so that the plants can go in search of, not Leonard Nimoy, but in search of nutrients. All right, so there you go, there you have it. Here comes Eri with the bucket. We're going to go through and give each plant at least a gallon apiece. It should start taking off. Luckily, we still have 5 or 6 days left in May, so we got some time to get these things trucking. We turned the house on the 2145. We just turned the house the other direction so it can vine out and grow that way. We'll let these grow a little bit longer. We're not going to cull them yet, and we'll see which one lays down the better vine. Once the little vine here has started, right there it is. Once that little vine lays down on the ground, we'll decide which one we're going to cull. Stay tuned for that video coming next week or the week after. I'd like to get your comments, you guys that have grown before. What do you think about this vine? I'm hoping this isn't a genetic problem. It looks a little bit funky. A little bit funky. I don't know that it's a ribbon vine. I'm certainly hoping not. But look at this main tip. Please post your comments below. What do you think so far? My 2145, the last one. Thank you to Patrick White of Alaska for giving me the seed. I appreciate it. This is the last 2145 I have in my possession. So Eri's growing it. I gifted it to Eri, and we'll see.
That's where the seed, the guy from Alaska?
He won it. He actually won it from my website, myworldwidegiantgrowers.com. I shipped it to Alaska.
It came back.
And Patrick sent me 2 of them back because he's not growing right now. He's an engineer, and he's a very busy man in California and Alaska. And he mailed them back to me and gifted them to me.
That's cool.
And so I'm gifting one to you. The gift goes on. It's the circle of gifting. So here you go. We're going to go ahead and water this in. But yeah, guys, please post your comments below. What do you think? What do you think about this? Am I in trouble? Is this going to rib it out? Quack, quack. Quack, quack. I'm going to run out here and play duck, duck, goose with these guys. Come on, get out of the road, guys. Rant, rant. All right. All right. Now, your back runner vine is coming off of the stump. That's a back runner. You can run that back vine back here and let it fill in this back area. All right. So that's what I would do. He pinched off a couple of his secondaries. I see one back here. There's one secondary there on the right. You got another one over there. So, and then over here, this plant though has all of its secondaries. That's why I'm suggesting you go with that one, because you have all your secondaries. You can see them coming off the main there. People see those little vines to the left there? That vine shooting up towards the sky, that's the secondary coming off the main. All right. This here also is a secondary because it's coming off the main. And then you got little back vines that'll come off this crown, little back vines. We call them. On a watermelon plant, that would be called a finger vine. So there you go. There you have it. He's got to decide which one to cull. But like I said, we will cut off the plant. We will not yank it up, because those roots, if your plant is 4 feet long, you probably have roots out at least 3 feet. So these roots are all intertangled, these 2 plants. To yank one out by the roots, the other one will be screaming like a girl. I don't recommend doing that. Frank's gonna go ahead. He's got a razor knife there. He's decided he's going to take out the smaller plant. Even though it's got a couple extra secondaries, I don't think it matters at this point. So he's just cutting it off at the stump, cutting the crown off flush to the soil, and taking the vine out. He had an idea that he could do a tissue test now. He could take those celery stalks off and send them to Western Labs and do a tissue test, but I thought maybe he might want to wait another week. So that's all there is to it. Just cut it off and take it out. Don't yank the plant out of the ground, disturbing the root systems. There you have it. Culling 101. It's a nice looking plant. It's your 2043 Clements.
Yeah.
Nice looking plant. All right. Good luck to you, Frank.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks for all the help. We'll see how it goes this year. Gotta deal with the light now that the leaves have grown in, so should be fun.
Do you got Ohio boys?
Still waiting for the mesh net too.
Do you Ohio boys notice the M? The M. All right. That's not for Mark. All right.
Yep, go blue.
Let me show you guys. It really may not be clear to you. This is the main vine. This is the main vine right here, all right, running down the plant. Main vine. We'll throw it out here. All right, and then the first vine coming off, this is a secondary because it is the second vine coming off the first vine. So that's a secondary. Then the little vines that will pop up after this vine forms a leaf like this. At the bottom of every leaf stalk, it will form a third vine, which is called a tertiary. That's one of those $12 words, tertiary, which means third vine. All right, I'd like to do it that way because I hate $12 words. I hate the English popo. And if you know what I meant, you know what I meant. Why do you correct my English? There you go. That is a secondary. All right, just to let you know, there's a little tip on tertiaries, secondaries, and main vine.
It's hot.
88 degrees today.
Pretty warm.
Typical Michigan.
In the bay.
And it's May 24th. We're having an early Memorial weekend this year, and it jumps to 88 degrees. So we go from
wintertime to, because just the other day it was snowing.
It's Michigan. Anyways, this is the, this right here, the plants are just putzing. We haven't had very much sun at all. We're averaging about 1 day of sun a week. I'll show you real quick. Here's the two plants here. I showed you earlier, one of them's got magnesium deficiency. It's windy. But what I want to talk to you today about is the tomato, the 10K tomato. I actually made a mistake. I was told by some people that went out to Vegas and came back from Vegas that there was a $10,000 prize for the first 10-pound tomato. But I was contacted by a gentleman yesterday and he said, hey, it's only $3,000, Mark. All right, the $3,000's been offered for several years now by Eddie Z in Canada. So hey, it's a 3K, but I'm still gonna call this, instead of the 10K tomato plant, it's gonna be the $13,000 tomato plant, because I'm gonna tell you how to get your $10,000. The $10,000 comes in the seeds. This is the plant I'm gonna plant today. All right, I'm gonna plant this in Veggie 301. We've already placed that whole bag in this hole. Mix it in with the sand, and I'm gonna place this plant. It's a beautiful plant. It even has a little, here, hold this, Eli. Hold that right there. It has a little bud. Let me show them the tomato bud. Turn it around. It has a tomato bud right here. See that tomato bud? It's already got a little tomato bud on it. This is the pork chops and applesauce tomato bud. Oh, don't move it. Don't move it. Because I'm gonna pinch this off. All right, I'm pinching the bud off because you don't want to plant a plant and have buds or fruit on it. We want this plant to grow for a month. Here's some little ones on here. I'm gonna take them back off. We want this to grow for a month plant in the Veggie Dew. I shouldn't even have to water it. You don't want to hammer these things until the leaves curl. That's old school. Back off. I talked to Steve Marley. He told me how he grew the 9.65 pound world record.
This is the seed of it?
That's a seed out of the world record, 9.65. What you're gonna do, if you grow the first 10-pound tomato, you will win $3,000. But the seeds are worth $100 for 3 seeds. You can sell them all day long at worldclassgardening.com, Don Langdon's website, and you can sell them at my website, worldwidegiantgrowers.com. 3 seeds for $100. So, it's still the 10K tomato. Sell the seeds on the sites. get your 3K, you'll get another 6 to 10K in seed sales. All right? So there's your money. What are you looking at, E-Ray?
What's that, from the stick?
Yeah, the stick's rubbing. It was rubbing on here and wore a little bit off. What we're gonna do, we're also gonna pinch off this lower branch. You see this lower branch? Turn it this way. Turn it this way. Right there, stop. We're gonna pinch off this lower truss because I'm gonna plant this thing down deep. Well, pull these sticks out of here. It got rained on last night. It got the heavy rain last night. This set outside last night. Now what I'm gonna have you do is take the bottom off. Unscrew the bottom. All right. Unscrew the bottom. This is an old Mark's Mixes jug. All right, see the water coming out? It got rained on last night it was out on the deck. It's a beautiful plant. Look at that plant. Here, will you take the camera? Just don't touch the button. Take the camera. I'm gonna stick this in the hole. All right, here we are. We're gonna roll this out. See if you can get a good view of this. We'll see the roots. Blame it all on my roots. She showed up in boots and ruined your blue ribbon affair. All right, I'm gonna stick her in the ground. Straight down. This one's going straight down. We're burying her deep. I want her deep because tomatoes will root as far up as you plant them. They will grow roots around the base. You can't do that with all plants, but you can do that. So there we go. There you have it. Veggie Do 301 is 80% of what's in that soil. All right, thank you, E-Ray. So there you go. We've got it planted, but hey, this is the 10 to 13K tomato plant. If you grow the first 10 pounder, you will win $3,000, and you can sell the seeds for another $6,000 to $10,000 conservatively. All right, join us. Join us to see how we progress this summer. E-Ray and Bubba's Patch in Holly, Michigan. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like the channel if you did. Turn on your notifications. We'd love to have you join us this summer for the 2020 season. It's going to be a fun, exciting year. Hey, check out our seed sites, worldclassgardening.com and worldwidegiantgrowers.com, where you can buy champion seeds, the best seeds in the world, bar none. Watermelons, pumpkins, long gourds, giant tomatoes. Check out Pete's Seeds at worldwidegiantgrowers.com. Thank you. Keep it a secret, but go tell a friend.